The method that makes losing fat much easier is fasting, especially during the morning time. It works by making the time where you can eat smaller. Because I used to overeat, especially during the night time. I would be completely on my diet. Calories were fitting in, everything was perfect. But then I was staying up a little bit late and I had this sudden urge that I want to go to the kitchen. And I went. I just couldn't say no to. I hadn't built up this discipline inside of me. And there was always something in the kitchen. And I took it, went over my calories, and didn't make any progress. I find it easier to actually not eat at all than to restrict what I am eating. And I found out that actually so do many people from the research that I have done and actually from the calls that I have been on from the guys that I have been coaching. The first step is to actually start small. Start by pushing your eating window just a little bit above. When you were usually eating around 9 a.m., push it to 10. Start experimenting it start just pushing it a little bit more away and just see what makes it easier for you to follow. Because I found out that when I push it more than to 2 p.m., I start getting hangry, if you know what that term means. So basically, you are hungry and because of that, you act angry and weird, You're spazzing, fucking, you get triggered easily. If I eat exactly at 1, maybe 12, then the whole morning time I didn't feel hunger. It was good and I would eat at 12. 1 a.m. It is just perfect for me. The second meal that I have is around 5, 6 maybe. Then there's no time to eat after that because I'm going to sleep. But why should you actually listen to me? My name is Romet and I help young guys get into better shape. My own journey started about 7 years ago when I was this little fat guy who made all of the mistakes in the book. And now I've gotten into much better shape. I know much more about how to diet, how to eat, correcting my eating habits. So if you like this type of content, then I would highly appreciate it if you would go down and do the engagement things because it helps with the algorithm to boost the message out to other people. I have been using fasting for 6 months straight, every single day. And I found out it is great ass tool to keeping my calories intact, maintaining my calories to not lose weight, not to gain weight, because I used to be that kind of guy who loved food a little bit too much. I was used to overeating. The portion sizes were just large. I was eating constantly. When I was bored, used to eat, to go to the kitchen, to get that little dopamine spike. This fasting thing actually made me realize that I am not usually that hungry in the morning time. I don't need as much food that I was eating because I was kind of on this autopilot mode. I have to eat in the morning, right? But actually no. And that's the first hurdle that you are thinking that, oh, I am so hungry in the morning. That's not for me, okay? That's exactly who I was. But you can actually convert away from this and it just takes a little bit of time and effort for you to do that. I was the kind of guy who first thing in the morning I would have my porridge or oats. That's the thing that I was constantly having every single day. As soon as I wake up, go to the kitchen, start making oats, eat it with peanut butter. If I wouldn't eat, I would have this sense of hunger, that feeling of emptiness. My stomach would be crawling. I would feel all weird and my mind wasn't working right. But now that I have actually started small, pushing the feeding window up just a little bit, feeling out what is good for you is the key right here. Now I just drink coffee 90 minutes after that I have woken up because, how coffee works is basically it blocks out the tiredness feeling, and the first 90 minutes of you being awake, there is none of that thing being created. So if you want to avoid afternoon crash, that's exactly how to do it. 90 minutes after waking up. But that's besides the point. And then I have my coffee. I feel like a fucking maniac Do you know how much more work that I get done with this YouTube thing? I script videos, I do my websites, I have calls. I'm like this fucking pinball that is doing one task, the other task fucking progressing so much more faster. Because it feels like crack cocaine, or it does something especially for me. And that's why I preach it out to everyone. And I've told this to my girlfriend and my mother, and they don't really take it serious. But I know how things are with you, because I've been there. I've struggled so hard with actually losing weight, those eating habits. And I'm telling you that this is something that you should consider. Or at least just give it a shot. Because, you know, I'm on your side. I'm not trying to make money by, I don't know, you go fasting and you can't fast without like this product. Hell yeah, you can. Just try it out. And it might be something for you. It makes dieting for me much more easy. Managing my own calories much more easy. Because that's the thing that I have been struggling with my whole life. Now, the second thing that you should do when you are actually fasting, you have now felt it out, the like window that you know that feels good for you right now. Then it is to drink water. Obviously, our body needs water to operate, but we all know this. Everyone's told us, but you probably aren't taking it quite serious, because I know I wasn't. And what I did was I just bought a water bottle. I have this one right here. And I usually had a water bottle that you had to fill up like with a small like drinking hole. And I found that it is a little bit annoying for me. That's why I got this big bottle that, you know, I just put it to the sink. Psh, it's full. Put it on my desk. And I drink it. I go through like 5 of them in the like first half of the day. I'm constantly being hydrated. I go for pisses like 5 times. It is a little bit maybe annoying, but that's how it's supposed to be. Most people are like dehydrated. That's probably a reason as well why you're overeating it, because you confuse the two things that, oh, I'm hungry, but actually you are wanting to drink water. If you're actually serious about getting in shape, then the first link in the description is a free one-on-one call with me, where I try to help you with your own like specific problem. So go down there, book a call right now. You have nothing to lose. Yeah?